Today I want to look at the Monty Hall problem using a tree diagram. The Monty Hall problem is named after the host of the show Let's Make a Deal.
$157. Is it behind door number 1 or door number 2 or door number 3? And before I ask you...
Now in this problem we have 3 doors, behind one of which is a prize, a car, and the other 2 doors are goats. So each door has a 1/3 chance of being the right one. First, we must choose a door. Say for argument's sake you choose door 1. Then the host opens another door. It's a goat. And then he asks you, do you wish to stay with your original choice, or do you wish to switch to the other unopened door? Stay or switch? Keep in mind that the host always shows you a goat. One of the best ways to study this is with a tree diagram. If you want to do the tree diagram with me, that's a good idea. You can download the free worksheet from my website. The link is in the description below. At the beginning, each door has an equal chance, that is, 1/3. And we have 2 goats and a car behind the doors. It doesn't really matter which door they're behind. We'll go through each of the branches of the tree, looking at each different strategy. Switch or stay. Firstly, the contestant, unknown to them, chooses goat 1. Then the host shows them goat 2. If they switch, they win the car. But if they stay, they win a goat. The contestant, unknown to them, chooses goat 2. Then the host shows them goat 1. If they switch, they win the car. But if they stay, they win a goat. Lastly, the contestant, unknown to them, chooses the car. Then the host shows them either goat 1 or goat 2. If they switch, they win a goat. But if they stay, they win the car. Let's now summarise the results of the different strategies. For switching, it's car, car, goat. But for staying, it's goat, goat, car. So clearly, the better strategy is to switch. As a teacher, I truly believe the best way for you to do it is to do it on the worksheet yourself. But if you haven't done that, I've done it in PowerPoint anyway. So here is the PowerPoint version. There are a few assumptions made in this problem. Firstly, the host knows what's behind the doors. Secondly, the host always shows a goat. That's very important. Thirdly, the host shows no bias and always offers the chance to switch in the same way. And lastly, the contestant must realise these things are true in order to see it's better to switch. If the host's choice of a door were random, there would be no advantage in switching. But of course, the host's choice of door is not random. The host always reveals a goat. But the funniest thing about the Monty Hall problem is that the show Let's Make a Deal was never actually run that way. No one was ever given the chance to switch doors. So how did the Monty Hall problem even come about? Well, it was a US columnist called Marilyn Vos Savant who was watching the show and posed the question whether the contestant, after they'd chosen a door and been shown another with a goat behind it, if given the chance, should they switch doors? She said that they should, and wrote about it in her column in Parade magazine. The article got a huge response from readers, and this is how the Monty Hall problem was born. But here is Monty himself to explain it to you.
Yes, there's many names for it. The Monty Hall Problem, Monty Hall Enigma, the Monty Hall... There's all kinds of names that are attributed to this. It has to do with the three doors and whether you should, when given the opportunity to get a car behind one of three doors, you choose one door. One of the doors is open to show you a goat. Two doors remain. One is a car and one is a goat. You don't know which one, but you own one of them. And the paradox, I think, was one of the, should you keep your door, or if Monty Hall offered you a chance to change your doors, should you change? Now, this started with Marilyn Von Savant of Parade magazine, who created this particular problem and said why on the program you should change, and gave all kinds of statistics. The funny part about it is that I don't recall on Let's Make a Deal, once you made your selection and I showed you one of the doors it wasn't, all I did was offer you money. I didn't offer you a chance to then change your door again. But she proposed the situation. Well, that opened up a hornet's nest of communication, of newspaper articles, professors writing me from various universities saying that she's right, she's wrong. I got one guy said in 1657, Professor von Hugel in Bavaria came up with this theory. On a Sunday New York Times front page, lower right-hand corner, the Monty Hall paradox. An inside page, a full page of the New York Times devoted to this story. Well, it became, it's all over the world now. The trouble is that I'm tired of explaining it to people, and besides which, I never did it that way on the show. Somebody said to me, what should they do? Should they do or shouldn't they do? I said, I never gave them the opportunity. But this was Marilyn Von Savant saying that if you did, I can prove to you why it's valuable to you to make the switch.